So recently a YouTuber by the name of Jack Gordon sent a flat earther to space for an episode on his YouTube channel. Allegedly. It was actually supposed to be me, but I couldn't fly out to Wyoming in 24 hours. So they chose someone else and they asked me to do an analysis of their trip to space. So they send the flat earther up there by putting these virtual reality looking goggles on his face and basically tap him into a live feed of a high altitude balloon launch at about 18 miles high. So I did my analysis or my rebuttal, and as expected, they only show about 10 seconds.
Pleasure doing business with you.
But Sebit wasn't the only flat earther we showed this footage to. We got emails back from tons of flat earthers that watched it and tried to debunk it.
Some may think you see curvature, but I can assure you that you don't.
They all had different opinions.
And I absolutely put their entire adventure to bed. You know, if you watch it or you do any little bit of research, you would see that the smartest person on your side of the argument has already stated that it's impossible to see curvature from 62 miles high. Your launch went 18 miles. So to have a debate about seeing curvature there is really pointless. Like I said, this would be like going to find a specific bear in the backwoods of Texas, and when you ask the wildlife expert about it, he says this bear's never been seen in America, it's only found in Russia. It's a complete waste of time. In a nutshell, there's no curvature at 18 miles high, nor 62 miles high, or anywhere for that matter. And here is my full analysis.
So this is a high altitude balloon launch. This is purported to be at about 18 miles high. Now, some may think you see curvature, but I can assure you that you don't. If you take clear shots, I happen to have friends that have sent balloons slightly higher than this, 20 plus miles high. You can see at nighttime, without as much, haziness and cloud cover on the horizon, that the horizon is perfectly flat and eye level. This has been replicated numerous times over and over. And no matter how high we go, 20 miles is about as high as we can get. The horizon is always shown to be perfectly flat and eye level. Now you may be asking yourself, I've seen some high altitude balloon footage where it looks like the horizon is curved. There's a couple ways that can be happening. The most common one is they're using a wide angle or a GoPro lens. Now, we noticed this during the Vice launch where they sent a joint up into space. In the very beginning of the video, the Earth is drastically curved from the ground level, proving that it is a GoPro or wide angle lens, giving the illusion of a curved horizon. The same thing was used during the Felix Baumgartner Red Bull jump, where he did his edge of space jump from about the same height. We are shown a drastically curved horizon, but when you see the real shots out of the capsule without the GoPro lens, you see the horizon's perfectly flat. And the other telltale sign to notice that is when the camera is bouncing around up there, you'll see the Earth go from drastically curved to flat to even inverted at times. As you'll see in these videos showing now, the top left one is bouncing around, changing the shape all the time, while the ones on the lower video are remaining perfectly flat, just as we observe. So then you also have to ask yourself, how come when NASA shows us pictures and videos from around 100,000 feet, and they show this very dramatic curvature of Earth, then we send amateur balloons higher than that, and it's shown to be perfectly flat? It's okay if that's not where the curvature was, and maybe they were using a GoPro for that launch, but it's very deceptive to not tell the public and present it as if it's the true curved horizon. And last but not least, if you still want to dispute this, if you think maybe you saw it from an airplane, maybe you saw it during skydiving, maybe you saw it in one of these high altitude balloon launches, let me remind you that mainstream science agrees that you cannot even dream of seeing curvature from 62 miles high. Now let me repeat that. We just had a little debate and discussion about 20 miles high with a high altitude balloon launch. Neil deGrasse Tyson, leading astrophysicist and essentially the authority on space science, has said on numerous occasions that Felix Baumgartner nor Richard Branson and Jeff Bezos during their edge of space flights, not even 62 miles high, can they dream of seeing curvature. So there's no curvature that has ever been detected in any high altitude balloon launch. And if that's something that you've seen, you may want to check, rewind the video, and see if there was a curved horizon from the ground level. That will tell you everything you need to know and who's being honest about their launches.
And that dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon, what's his name? Felix!
Felix Baumgartner, the honesty of it would greatly diminish what I think people thought he was actually doing. And not only that, they made sure to photograph him standing there with a really wide-angle lens, which curves horizontal lines. So in the photo, you see this curvature of Earth's surface, and he said, wow, he's in space, look at that. No, he's not. At that height, you don't see the curvature of the Earth if you are 2 millimeters above this beach ball. You just don't. That stuff is flat.
You know how high up above the Earth he was?
No.
So if you take a
63 miles.
Oh, yeah, right. So take a schoolroom globe, and that's how high above it is he? So he's about 2 millimeters above the surface of a schoolroom globe. So nobody has seen the curvature of the Earth from that height. I just want to make that clear.
63 miles.
Nobody has seen the curvature of the Earth from that height.
One more thing, Mr. Jack Gordon. If you actually saw the curvature up there, captured it on video, you wouldn't use a cartoon image in your thumbnail for the video.
Thank you.